Hello viewers, here is a Daniel Woodhead portable luminary work light metal halide. This is from 1997, so these are getting pretty old. I got one very similar to this a couple of weeks ago. I showed it on video. It's this one over here. That's a high pressure sodium one. I think it's by a different company though. This is a very similar concept, different brand, and this one is metal halide. Now I've been using this other one and I really like the form factor because you've got the hook if you want to hang it somewhere, and you have the magnet on the back, which in a lot of cases is absolutely indispensable because you can take the light and stick it anywhere. And a lot of the stuff I work with has metal. You know, if you work with an air conditioner, you got metal all over the place. If you work in a basement, you've got metal support beams you can stick it to. You can hook it to the ceiling. I've used this in a bunch of different cases. Well, not this one, the other one, in quite a few different cases, and I really liked it. So I wanted to get a metal halide one because as much as I love high pressure sodium, the metal halide light is a better color for task lighting. I like high pressure sodium for general lighting outdoors and things like that, but when you're working on a task, metal halide is a much more practical color for task lighting. So here's a look inside. Got the igniter, the transformer there. The brand on that is Venture Lighting. I'm not sure if this piece of paper is the correct thing for this. It's possible that the Daniel Woodhead thing was like a reselling store or something, and it's not the brand of the thing, because the bulb is also Venture Lighting. So I think we should say that the fixture probably is a Venture Lighting fixture. That's what I'm going to put in the description that nobody reads. And then down there it says Kendall Manufacturing, copyright 1985. But I don't think that the thing is that old. I think it's from the 90s. I don't know what those wires are for. It's kind of weird just to have that out and open like that. But anyways, very well made equipment. It's made in Canada inherently, and yeah, the transformer looks like it was made of really good quality. You can see how much varnish is on there. It's dripping out everywhere, and the windings are very, very thick. So this is nice ceramic there. This is a good, really good quality piece. Can't get work lights like this anymore. They're all LED, made in China garbage. You know, these are going to be running for decades and decades to come, and the LED stuff just isn't going to. Okay, well now this says Daniel Woodhead here. You know what? I don't know what the brand is on this thing. I just don't know. Anyways, let's put the bulb in. Here's the metal halide bulb. It's a frosted one. You're not really supposed to touch these bulbs, I think. So I'm just gonna finagle it in there like this. Halogen is the same way. Theoretically, you're not supposed to touch halogen bulbs either. Okay. This is an old package. This I could see going back to the 80s. Or the 90s too. They were the same in the 90s. There's just basic cardboard pieces. Okay, so the bulb is in. The cover is plastic, but everything else is metal. This whole thing is thick, heavy metal. It's not magnetic. I think that would make it aluminium, perhaps. It came with these screws that we're going to have to put in to keep the lens on. I put this on upside down. The tabs go at the top. Okay. So we've got a rubber washer, a paper washer, and then the screw. This does not indicate which fashion the screw should go in on. So I think we're going to do paper washer and then rubber washer. Because that would seal up against the... does that make sense? No, let's do it the other way. Let's do the rubber washer second. I don't know what's correct. I don't have the documentation that says what to do. I don't want to put that on there too tight. The other thing I like about this unit that the other one does not have, it has a receptacle here, so you could string them together or you could plug in something else. That's pretty neat, very useful. Now with the implementation, so this has the W on there, so I guess that would be Woodhead. I don't know. There's the outlet. Got a nice thick rubber covering on there to keep water out. I think these are supposed to be waterproof, at least to some extent. There is rubber gaskets on the inside of the lens as well, so I think these are built to take a decent amount of water exposure. What's the problem here? Looks like, I don't know what's going on here. Seems like it's getting caught on the deflector. Looks clear on the other side. What's the problem here? I don't like the way that went. I think it made new threads. Oh well, it wasn't aligned quite right. This, I think the hole is just ever so slightly off center in the that metal reflector piece behind it, because all the other ones are going in just fine. Okay, so that's all together now. Looks like that has Teflon tape in there, so even that should be watertight. This at the top is supposed to be watertight. So, okay. Oh, this is reusable. Cool. Alright. Let's see. I think I'll move this down. Stick that on there. I should have kept the cover off for the initial startup so we could see what the bulb looked like. Oh well. I think I'll turn the other lights off over here, so we'll do it in the dark. That was a pretty eventful startup. It's getting bright fast. It's pulling 57, 58 watts, 59 watts, 60 watts. And the power factor for those interested is 57. Up to 80 watts now. I think this is supposed to be at 70 watts. I don't see a wattage on this thing. That's weird. No wattage on here either. The ad for it said 70 watts. That's what the brightness kind of seems like to me. That's pulling 93 watts. 94. I'll put the lights back on in a second, but it's bright, and it's got this whole room lit up no problem, and it's a really clean light, which is not the case that I find with LED. This is very clean and crisp. You can see everything real clearly. Even in the shadow, it's still it's a nice clean light. It's a great task light. I think these are about 5,000 on the Kelvin scale. Nice, really nice light. This is a great work light. You're at 94 watts, 95 watts, 100 and, oops, no, 100 and, what is this saying? 0.84 amps, 95 watts, and a power factor of 0.93. Yeah, this is great. I like this light a lot. This is good. I think I may go back and get a few more of these, because you can't get lights like this anymore. These are just a thing of the past, which is a shame because in my opinion these are vastly superior to the LED. They're much better quality, much more reliable, and this thing is tough. This could take some serious abuse and it'll keep going. Power is slowly going down. We're 0.92 no, 0.84 amps, 95 watts. Oh, I guess it's not going down. I was looking at the wrong thing. I don't know what the wattage is then. That's 95 watts. They're usually like 70 watts, and 150 watts is typically the standard. I don't think this is 150. This to me looks like about 70. I think it's a 70 watts. Alright, I'll go ahead and turn it off now. And let's see what it looks like on shutdown. Looks like absolutely nothing. Doesn't seem like it's continuing to glow at all. Okay, here we go. Alright. So that's cool. That was a good test. Took some time to get the cover on, but it's it works fine. And it seems like it's really, really well made. So, very happy with that. I'm going to get a few more of these.